The first time I heard that JayZ probably was my father when I was 8 years old, my mom came up to me and was like, "Hey Rob, you know I got something to tell you. That's your dad for real. That you don't just say this type of person is your father, JayZ." It is important that I know who my biological father is. I don't know how he feeling. Like, I would hope he would think about it.
And for that girl backstage, make it perfectly clear. Never mind who you thought I was. I'm Rick James, bitch.
Check the mic and make sure it sound right, boys.
What up with you, fam? Back for another show.
What's happening with you, fam? On?
Man, locked and loaded, man. You know, ready to go, man. How you doing today, fam?
Man, I'm pretty fair for a square. I know I'm looking a little rough today behind the edges and everything. So I'm trying to let this junk fill in a little bit.
Man, me and you both, bro. I just took my hair down, got it better down in my hat. You know what I'm saying? So, hey, it is what it is, man. But look, you know the show don't stop, man. Show must go on. We're going to keep doing the show regardless of what's what. We get a little hate from the YouTube, you know what I'm saying, right now. When that kick off, though, bro, I think, you know, numbers will be back up to what they was. But, fam, we got to get into this today, man. You know, it's a lot of shit that's been going on, man, these last couple of days, last couple of weeks. Man, we're going to go ahead and crack this thing off talking about all this mess with JayZ, man. We got another yet alleged son coming out. LL Cool J's son did it. Now you got JayZ son. It goes by the name of Ramir, so I don't know if you heard or not. They've been fighting probably about a 10-year allegation regarding this with JayZ in and out of court. You know what I mean? Unsuccessful. You know, apparently this is what's crazy about it. We talked about it on one of our previous shows about JayZ with minors. So, you know, this pops up. Yeah. This is another JayZ situation with a minor. The girl allegedly was 16, you feel me, when they got together. What a coincidence that Aaliyah and Foxy Brown, you know what I mean, that were also around that era, you know what I mean? So this has been an ongoing thing with him. We definitely had to bring this one up. Like I said, man, with a minor, Dogg comes out. He really is not trying to clout chase. He's not looking for nothing. For what it said, this young man has his own jobs. He has two, not just one, but two jobs. So the little nigga grinding, you feel what I'm saying? He ain't looking for no handouts. But what the young man is looking for, he's looking for justification to find out simply who his father is. So with this being said, man, it's been an ongoing thing for about 10 years now. Apparently the mother has passed away that told the young man that JayZ was his father. So he's been in the cahoots with his not grandmother, but godmother. I was about to say grandmother, but godmother. Who's been taking care of this young man. Cuz what's your thoughts on this? When you see yet another person, we seen LL's boy, we seen so many other people come out. Just what's your thoughts of it on the magnitude of it being Mr. Carter?
Man, I mean, it happens. You know, it seems like it's happening more and more where, you know, celebrities are kind of like burying the hatchet, so to speak, when it comes to that. Yeah, sir. To be honest, I mean, it goes without, you know, kind of without saying. I mean, they get so many groupies, you know what I'm saying? Or they get so many girls, however you want to classify, you know, but they lay down with, you know, while they out on the road. So, yeah, I can see that it's happening. But my thing is, you know, you got to take some accountability into it and some responsibility. So, man up. You know, you definitely got to have some sense of poise about yourself when you're out here on this road. I know the temptation is probably hard because they probably get top tier or whatever, you know, somebody will want to say about that. But still, I mean, at the end of the day, you know, it's really just the physical attraction of things in that moment. So, I mean, I hope that the little dude finds is the truth out, whether it's JayZ being the father or not, you know what I'm saying? I was just watching something on TV the other day where a girl went through this, where her mama was on her deathbed, and she went through the same thing and kind of find out it wasn't her dad, that her mom told her it was a famous person, but it happens, man. It really happens. So, I mean, without that, you know, without it being said, you know, basically, it's one of those things, man. It's one of those things.
It's definitely
but I think
one
they
of them
need to be more
things.
responsible.
It's definitely one of them things, but you know, more so, I think what I was looking for from it was, you know, your outtake on the lookup, because one, we know that this does happen. That's totally fine. And I get that, I understand it. But taking accountability and just making sure that you're doing the right thing. If you just so happen to be sleeping with a woman or, you know, man, whatever the scenario is, something does happen. You got to be the one to step up from it. From what's been told, this young man is now 30 years old. So, you know what I mean? This happened back in 1992. Like I said, JayZ was 22. The mother's name is Wanda. She was 16. They hooked up. This is back in New Jersey. Now, this is where I'm going with it when I paint the narrative. You know how we do, man. Cannot do the show without bringing, you know what I'm saying, the actuals for everybody to see, man. So we're going to take a quick pause for the cause, man, and we're going to be right back.
Amir Satterthwaite, who has been claiming to be Hova's son for decades, has taken his case to the Supreme Court. In an exclusive interview with the Daily Mail published on Monday, May 8th, he claims that he wants nothing more from JayZ than to see what he called justice served. Amir also claimed that part of his demand includes unsealing the court documents so he can pursue the case against JayZ successively. This is not going to be over until justice is served. I just want to live my life, and when it's all said and done, I hope that JayZ will want to be a part of my life if that is God's will. I won't stop fighting for this until I win, and I will win because the law is on our side. The battle first began when Amir's mother, Wanda, came forward with the claim that she'd had sex with Hova in the 1990s when she was going through a rough patch with her high school sweetheart. Wanda claimed at the time that she's been battling JayZ in court since at least 2012, and she was disrespected by his legal team. At that time, too, their lawsuit claimed an attorney that the Satterthwaites hired was best friends and neighbors with Jay's lawyer, and they worked together to create procedural problems that led the case to be thrown out. And even back then, Amir claimed that he wasn't looking for a piece of the massive Carter fortune, rather he just wanted the rapper to acknowledge him as his son. It's never about money for me. My whole thing was just to see who my father was, and honestly, I get my own money. I work 2 jobs, I take care of my own business. Amir upped his claims again after DNA testing conclusively proved that his mother's high school sweetheart, Robert Graves, was not his biological father. And since Wanda, who has since passed away, insisted that she only had sex with 2 men in her life, Graves and JayZ, Amir petitioned JayZ's attorney to submit to DNA testing, but Hova allegedly never complied with the request. This refusal began a lengthy legal battle that continues to this day, though it's unclear if the Supreme Court can compel JayZ to submit to genetic testing should Amir's request be successful. But JayZ's attorneys have denied Amir's claims. The allegations have been previously reviewed thoroughly by the courts and have been refuted. I am sure that will be the outcome of whatever filings Mr. Satterthwaite may be currently considering.
So y'all see right there, you know, proof is in the pudding. You know, JayZ's been fighting this for the last 10 to 12 years, man. He's been taking his, you know, his money, his big time lawyers, being able to try to push this back, allegedly saying that he has no property in New Jersey. They've been trying to set up a DNA test over 10 years. JayZ still going against the grain, saying that he has absolutely no property in New Jersey whatsoever, bro. So it's proven. But the fact, you can look up the records, you can see all of that in that video that I just showed, that there's proof in the pudding that he has property in 3 properties in New Jersey. So with that being said, what's stopping him from going in and take this DNA test for the last 10 to 12 years that they've been putting off it? If that's the case, who in this camp was allowing this to be pushed off? You feel what I'm saying? Somebody was doing the dirty work, family.
I think a lot is coming out with different things, man, to be honest. I mean, I've seen different things with Kelly Rowland, something about possibility of her baby being allegedly Mr. Carter's, but yeah, like I said, everything is just I don't know. It's weird timing. Is for one, for two, it's also like, bro, like if it is your child, you know what I'm saying, just take the accountability as a man. If it's not, you know what I'm saying, the test will prove it. But of course, you know, you have certain people who gain wealth and they'll be like, oh, they're just out for the money, even though that they did the dirt. But the biggest thing too is like another 16-year-old young lady, man. I mean, come on now. When she was 16, you know, regardless of how she was throwing herself, that's why y'all need to have security, man. Because if these people ain't And I think they probably have security, but the camp, that you got to put that all on everybody.
Yeah, but see, back then,
you
got to remember though, back then, JayZ wasn't even like he is right now. JayZ wasn't even on that status, that stature. He was 22 years old. So he went back, this was what it looked like, bro. And he went back to the hood and got with a chick that he knew. Now, this chick saying that she only slept with 2 dudes, bro. This 2 dudes. She's only had 2 partners. The dude that she was dating in high school, and JayZ was the fling. You feel what I'm saying? So, bro, it's some truth to this, man. I'm gonna tell you why, man. Because these documents that are being pulled up with JayZ's name on them, JayZ been lying about shit in New Jersey, bro. It just ain't adding up. You know what I'm saying? This ain't the only thing that's been going on with JayZ. You and I know we done did plenty of episodes before, bro. We done seen the heat and the smoke this man catching right now. Do you think it's catching up to him, family? How do you feel about it, man? Do you think it's catching up to him?
I think anything at the end of the day will catch up with you, you know what I'm saying? And that's probably why his past is doing what it is now, you know what I mean? It's probably at the tail end of the tape, you know, and people want to expose, like, you not who you portray to be, or it's somebody trying to get, like I said, it's
Streets rock with you, bro.
Yeah. The wealth,
streets gonna let you know.
Wealth side of things too, like people will also be out to get you and try to bring you down. And I think that's how he's trying to put it. But you don't have to own property in New Jersey just to go over to have, you know what I'm saying, a baby with a woman in New Jersey, especially when you live in New York.
And that's what I'm saying.
New Jersey is like a bridge away.
Exactly, bro. And that's what he's saying. But the thing is with him, is just man up about it. You know you did it. You feel what I'm saying? The little nigga look just like him, bro. It's not like, okay, it's like with the 50 and Marquise hookup, bro. You can look at the nigga and see identical. You feel what I'm saying? LL Cool J son, we put that on our show. You can look at that little young man and see that it was identical. You feel what I'm saying? You put side by side of these two, bro, the nose, the eyes, the whole everything. You know what I'm saying? So it comes to a point, man, where it's like, okay, and then it's just been ongoing now, not to mention, you know what I'm saying? I don't want to spend a lot of time on this, man. I just had to bring it up, man. It's probably one of the 3rd trending topics out of 5, you know what I'm saying, of what's popping right now. But not to mention, family, in the NCAA, excuse me, I cannot talk, NAACP and the ACLU are fighting for this young man. They have been fighting for him before, you know, feel me, for the last 10 years, trying to get some allegations and figure some stuff out to see what's what too. So it's bigger than people think, you know, especially with the NAACP rolling in there, and then they got the ACLU, which is another you know, organization that's fighting for this young man to just try to get something, you know what I'm saying, in paper to say, okay, that they need to, you know, conduct this DNA test. JayZ just been prolonging it, you feel me? Prolonging it for 10 years, bro. So that tell me right there, as a man to man, you ain't taking care of your business right there. So I mean, it's in there. What's your thoughts on it? What's your thoughts on it?
I was just gonna say, like, look, he already, man, if they involved, they gonna get some truth.
Yeah, they gonna get it.
No ifs, ands, or buts about it. You
it's
know
coming,
what I'm saying?
bro.
I hate that they had to be involved in that, but you know, in order for this young man to get some type of, you know, answers from out of the mix, you know, unfortunately he had to go that way. But you know, he told us on what was that?
All kind of songs.
What album was that? Was that The Blueprint? I love girls. Yeah, he said it then. So I mean,
he did.
So, you know,
and it's really what it stand on. Like you say, girls, I'm thinking 15, 16-year-old girls, and Aaliyah, Foxy Brown, you know what I mean? It's been alleged some other people, I'm not going to throw their names out, but
it sounded like he was trying to mention all of them.
Oh, yeah, he
wasn't turning nothing away. He was like, it sounded like in the song, he was talking about flight attendants, all that, like anything that's expected to him and the money, or giving him a shot.
That's fact.
He gonna take him down too.
That's facts, man. You know what it is, man. I ain't want to spend too much time on it, family. I just had to bring it up, man. I just find this dude back in the hood up again. You feel me? And just in the spotlight, another Hollywood star, celebrity. You know, with a child out there that they're not taking care of. All this young man just want to know is who his father is. He grinds on his own. He ain't looking for no handouts. It's crazy, bro. So, you know what I mean? If you're out there, man, and you a celebrity and y'all happen to see this show, man, take care of your kids, nigga. Take care of your kids, man. For real.
Man. Whether you had a bond with the baby mama didn't tell you or what, you know what I'm saying? Bro, hey, stuff happens. Accidents happen. A lot of us probably that's alive on this earth today was never playing. We probably might have been some real accidents, you know what I'm saying? But a lot of the fathers, you know, done stepped in, or you know, some wasn't on point and some just stepped away. But
man up at this day. Yeah. What's on your plate for the day, though?
Man, I was just thinking back the other day, man, because I've been, you know, everybody's hype on the NBA finals or not the NBA finals, the playoffs. I've just been thinking like, dog, I seen that some reports came out that, you know, the NBA wants the Lake Show to win. But then I really got to thinking, is this the reason why my boy Dame Lillard ain't, you know, had a team that was assembled around him? Is it because his loyalty? Is it what is it, man? But I noticed that he does have a lot of loyalty in him, and he's not just chasing. I can tell he wants a championship, but he's just not going to chase it, you know what I'm saying, for the sake of, you know, whatever the rules or guidelines is that the NBA want to set. What's your thoughts off on when it comes to Dame Lillard and why he hasn't had the opportunity? Because he's a hell of a ball player. I remember when they had Melo, when they had other pieces of the puzzle, they were on the right track, and then all of a sudden it went left, and I think Melo went to Houston. Yeah,
he got a shot at Houston. He got another shot at Houston. Then I think he went somewhere else. Then he she went to LA. He went to Houston. He went to somewhere else too.
He went to New York too. Yeah. So I can't remember if it was he went from there or like how it went. I can't. My memory ain't really that good off of how that all worked out with Melo. But I just know that he kind of got blackballed too. But yeah, it seemed like all of a sudden like things was cool, and then after that he just vanished, and other pieces of the puzzle have vanished.
Bro, I think it's you know, the NBA has, I believe, who they want to be their stars. I think just once you go against the grain, you feel me? You know what I mean? It's pretty much a wrap for you. You know, if you're in a non-marketable area, you know, let's face it, man, Portland's, you know, it's probably a great place. You know what I'm saying? But it's just not marketable. You know what I mean? And I just feel like when you're in a non-marketable area, man, you prone to come against this. Everybody else has left that team except for him. Chauncey Billups. They also ain't trying to. Right. They thought Chauncey Billups was the answer to the key. No.
I mean, he might have been one of the answers as far as the head coach is concerned, but what good is the head coach if you ain't getting pieces of the puzzle to win a championship?
You ain't got no players. Exactly. They don't traded all their players away. That's where I'm going with it. They've traded all their players away. You feel me? They had the what was the guard that was there with him? They traded him to New Orleans, I think. I think the Pelicans.
I can't think of his name, man. I want to say it's not Lowry.
No. I can't think of Damian Lillard's
I can't think of what his name. I can't think of his name either. But he was there. He was there when Harden was over there at Houston. You know what I'm saying? So I don't understand why they stopped feeding them, you know, a potential team. You know what I mean? But it just was, you know, I was looking back at, you know, the old Bay team. We was talking about with the Warriors, like we was talking about how that was Mark Jackson's team. Well, you know, like around there too in that time, you know, Dame gets into the league, he starts proving himself as a franchise player, but then not taking care of the franchise player. He wants to get a championship, and you ain't taking care of that. So at this point, is it just about, you know, I know it's about the money, but, you know, come on, you get more money when you go to the finals, the playoffs, and different things of the nature. So, yeah, there's got to be something more to it, man. Something more to it. It's definitely,
bro. You right on with it, you know what I'm saying? Maybe, you know, we have to say that for a show, you know what I'm saying? Or do some type of NBA conspiracy theory. You know what I'm saying? When it comes to the whole hookup, because it's, you know, it's something. I think they shunned his ass for sure. I think when the situation popped off and transpired, when he wanted out of Portland, and there was basically nowhere for him to go. You know what I'm saying? There was talk of him going other places, but he never left. You know what I'm saying? So I look at it. He probably wanted out of that thing, but they was probably like, no, you know what I'm saying? You a primetime player. We need you in Portland. You gonna bring ratings to TV. You feel what I'm saying? You gonna bring people to the stands. And you know what I mean? And it's a business, bro. It's a business.
Yeah, it's absolutely a business. I just heard, like, I've never heard of him wanting to leave. You know what I'm saying? Just to go play with another person. Yeah, right. I still haven't now.
First hit. Yeah.
I still haven't now. Like, even like when he first came in, he was talking about, he was making songs about how people was just jumping to, you know, ship to ship to, you know, or you know, for the ring.
Yeah.
Like, I ain't never heard nothing about Dogg, you know, having no gripe other than just giving him the pieces so that he can try to do something with. Because this teams that's made it to the playoffs that I just don't really see how they should be there, really, man.
Man, they had that, you know, they started the 1 in, 1 out hookup this year, you know what I mean? So the teams played for a spot before. Bro, I don't know, but I just look at it like this, man. He gonna be one of them players. You had to call him a Chuck Barkley, you know what I'm saying, or a John Starks or somebody like that don't get a chance to win the chip, and that's just the way it is. That's just the way the cookie crumbles. Everybody had their money on Phoenix this year, talking with Durant, going, you see what happened to them the other night, you know what I'm saying? And everybody was talking about Golden State shit, you see what I'm saying? And look, the Lakers come through handling that. So, you know, they already had the Lakers predicted to win the finals this year anyway, so it don't seem to surprise me anything, you feel what I'm saying?
But you got teams, like I said, up in there, like Denver. I mean, Denver probably might have shooters and such, you know what I'm saying? But the Joker is the only player on that team.
Hey, don't
The Joker is the only person on that team, bro.
You think so? On who? On Denver?
On Denver. Joker's only, to me, in my opinion, Joker is the only player that stands out on that team.
Joker is a true center, man. He is bringing back the essence of a big man. So, no, I'm hands down, one-on-one, agree with you on that. By any means, but he's got some role players around him. All you got to do is feed that man the ball. Get the ball in that man's hands. I watched him the other night when they put out, what's the name in there, man? And I watched 3 games that series, and he had what?
You talking about Phoenix?
He had like 50 and 20-something, and bro, like he's an animal. But to put them pieces around him where all you got to do is feed him the ball. You feel what I'm saying? Like he like the ball right at underneath the free throw line where he can hit a little teardrop. Yeah. And it's cash money, bro. It's cash money. So I like Dogg, but as far as team wise, they got don't underestimate Denver, man. They got some dogs over there on Denver. I think they go 7 with LA though. You feel me? No doubt. So they definitely go 7 for the ratings anyway too.
Man, it's definitely a ratings thing. Now that the Bay is out of the way, like I said, man, it seems like the NBA wants to have the Lakers and the Celtics so that they can try to snap that. You know, they tied for the most championships as an organization.
Oh yeah,
It's like, you know, is this? Yeah, they want to. If the Lakers can win this, not only does that put the LeBron frenzy into a mix where it's going to be some talk about that, but it's also going to be some talk about the Lakers, you know, being over top of the better team out of the two as an organization when it comes to Boston Lakers. And it also helps the views as far as the ratings when it comes to
for the rivals. You know what I'm saying? You got rivals and rivals, you know what I mean? That go back to, like you said, Magic and Bird, Russell, you know what I'm saying? And Will Chamberlain and them hookups. So, you know what I'm saying? And Kareem Abdul-Jabbar, excuse me. It's just all of them different things, bro. So it's definitely going to be rating. You know me, I don't give a damn, you know what I'm saying? I watch it. I am watching it a little bit more than what I was. I can't tell you that. I really don't give a damn who win, you know what I'm saying? But I think the Lakers will pull it out, man. I don't think it's set up for them. I just see I don't see nobody Rocket, I don't see nobody fucking with him, bro. Just like that. I'm gonna put it straight like that. I don't see nobody messing with him. You know what I mean? West on the East, none of it. You feel me? But cuz I got one for you, man. This kind of an eyeball, man. Before we before we switch it up, man. What's your thoughts on the since we on the NBA? What's your thoughts on this Detroit Pistons scandal, man?
I haven't really heard too much about it.
It's another sex scandal, man, and it's not really a sex scandal. It is a sexual harassment plus a assault case. And I just wanted to bring it up, man. You know what I'm saying? Like, you find week in, week out, we just seen the hookup with the NFL family. Now we seeing it from the NBA's perspective with this whole thing. Allegedly, the coach was having this, the young lady, come over and kind of stay the night at his crib when he would be out of town, and then kind of asked for fair exchange to have sex with the young lady, and some other stuff. They end up firing the coach and shit. I just want to know your thoughts on it, man. Just all these sex scandals popping up left and right, you know what I'm saying, especially with the Pistons organization.
Man, I've been said ever since the little young cat, we had a discussion on a while back. I think it was like winter. We were talking about him from out of San Antonio, messed his life up. One of the coldest ballers. I guess that would have been a game changer. But been said ever since then. Like, code of conduct is a must. Professionalism is another too.
Facts.
And that's not professionalism. Like, if y'all young boys and girls, and these grown ass men up in the NBA have not learned your lesson just in the time span of what went on with the allegations with what's his name, that the coach for the Celtics that they finally got up out of there, old boy out of San Antonio.
You talk about Nia Long. There's a whole bunch of them.
And then all these different things, or Deshaun Watson in the NFL. Like, if y'all haven't learned y'all lesson by now, y'all more hard-headed than what I ever thought then, because I know I'm one hard-headed individual, but there's not too many times that I'm not going to just sit here, especially when it comes to the money. No. You know what I'm saying? You going to pull some bull like that for you to go ahead, you know what I'm saying? Like, what's going on? Like, come on, man. Like, for one, regardless if you feel some type of attraction to the young lady, you do not, by any means, have any dealings with her on that level. That's not professional, right?
Personal level.
Right. If that's what you felt, and then you gotta really watch out, because they could be gunning for you at the end of the day. They might be testing.
Nigga, that's the bait. These niggas out here trying that bull. That's the bait. We men at the end of the day, so we know what time it is. You feel what I'm saying? So we done been there. You know what I'm saying? When you was trying to get on or something, but usually that's the bait to know. Like, okay, you come by the crib, and then you get whatever you
you're not finna stay while I'm gone, and then in exchange for some favors. Now that just sound. What does that sound like? That sounds like you trying to, That sounds like some favor for a favor is the best way we can put it. Yeah. But it's like you had some different agendas that's taking place, but that's also like bribery and different things of the nature too.
Oh, he set up. Man, they fired him. They fired Dogg. She go by the name of DJ Rasada. If I'm pronouncing that right, I do want to spell it out. DJRASCA. She's 32 years old, a realtor out of the D. And then the coach, man, he's been a staple in Detroit, been a fixture, goes by Rob Murphy, went to Mumford High School over there in Detroit. So you feel what I'm saying? This dude, born, raised, everything in the D, setting up, you know what I'm saying, trying to help this young lady out, man, and end up trying to stick her on the low, you feel what I'm saying? So just the world we live in, bro. It's like niggas try to get on, niggas being chicks DMs. I even seen a story on LinkedIn, you feel what I'm saying? LinkedIn is a business, like niggas trying to get on females in LinkedIn. So, bro, it's getting crazy, my nigga. I just had to bring that up. I
mean, but here's the thing, It definitely takes place in the work atmospheres, you know, and blue collar
Facts.
in the blue collar hookup. But come on, man, like that's equal opportunity right there. You know what I mean? At its finest is in the blue collar, even though that you still have to conduct yourself in a mannerism of being professional.
Yep. It is.
I still say this when it comes to the NBA, the NFL, fellas, young ladies, these people is out here gunning for you because they come from nothing and they trying to get to the bag. You can no longer, you can no longer, you know what I'm saying, see a pair of nice legs or a nice body and take it into consideration of that you want possibilities or that your mind is starting to, you know, develop some type of endless possibilities of fantasy. You can no longer do that. This game is different. You know what I mean? Like, they set you up, you take the bait, they will get that bag off of you, and then you're stuck looking stupid.
Or some of the females and some of these dudes be the ones out there preying on them and then actually have a situation like I watched on the Rodman hookup the last night with his attorney, you know what I'm saying, taking all this loot. Cause, man, it's always a blessing, you know what I'm saying? We able to do what we do, fam. On the end of everybody that's supporting the channel, man, you know what I'm saying? Y'all make sure y'all have a blessed day, too, for everybody that is supporting, watching the channel, you know what I mean, on our YouTube. Make sure you like, share, and subscribe. Because, like he said, if you're ugly with your ugly ass, you can subscribe, too. If you're not, you know, it don't matter. But, man, we just appreciate everybody rocking with us, you feel what I'm saying? So, hey, on the way to 1,000 subscribers, man. If y'all see this video and y'all like it and we touched y'all in any way, make sure y'all bang that subscribe button for us. Cause where they can follow us at on Facebook.
One space, Buck space podcast. Where that S is actually the $sign, and that's at Facebook.
You heard it, man. Man, y'all know where we at on IG, man. Stop playing. Y'all need to lock in there, man. Help us build our profile up on IG. You know what I'm saying? We just gonna continue to bring you guys content. And cause you know what it is, man. We gonna pick up what we put down on this one, as always.
On to the next one.
And this is One Buck Podcast,
where we keep it a buck, and we hope y'all keep it a buck too.
Peace.
Put your hands up. Put your hands up. Put your hands up. Put your hands up. Put your hands up.